If you keep finding yourself stuck in this cycle of telling yourself you're going to get started on this goal, you're going to get started on this dream, but it somehow always ends up getting pushed to the next month, this is the book that you need to be reading because it'll gather you together and it'll collect you and have you clutching your pearls and make you realize it's really you that's holding you back from your own dreams, your goals, your aspirations. And that whole DIY list of things that you said you were going to tackle and try that you haven't, it's going to get you right. So the book is titled The 50th Law. It is read by the authors 50 Cent and Robert Greene. Now, Robert Greene is very, very influential when it comes to books. When it comes to popularity, he's up there. He has so many books at this point. If you say you haven't heard of Robert Greene, I think you've been under a rock, under a shell. If you haven't heard of 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, you've been under a shell, under a rock, because both of them are some heavy hitters when it comes to woo, 50 Cent has his hand in every pot. And I absolutely love it because it really is important to have at least 7 streams of income to try to be successful in this day and age. Working just one 9 to 5 just does not cut it unless you have certain things set up a certain way, or unless you come from some generational wealth, or unless you have roommates or a spouse that you're able to collaborate on bills on and stuff. You really need more than just one stream of income. So this book here really helped me to get my mind right. It falls under nonfiction for sure. It definitely touches on sociology, economics, business. The book overview says in the 50th Law, hip hop and pop culture icon 50 Cent, aka Curtis Jackson, joins forces with Robert Greene, best-selling author of The 48 Laws of Power, to write a Bible for success in life and work based on a single principle: fear nothing. With stories from 50 Cent's life on the streets and in the boardroom as he rose to fame after the release of his album Get Rich or Die Tryin, as well as examples of others who have overcome adversity through understanding and practicing the 50th Law, this deeply inspirational book is perfect for entrepreneurs as well as anyone interested in the extraordinary life of Curtis Jackson. The book came out September 7th of 2009. I read it with Libby. I believe I did see the book available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. The book is all over the place, but I listened to it through the audiobook. This book, let me see if it will show me. I'm not sure if it's showing me exactly how many hours it took me to listen to it, but I know I finished it within about a day or two, while I was driving, while I was going ahead and like washing dishes and stuff like that. What I loved about this book is it had a lot of candid conversations about the mindset that you have to have when you're taking on your goals, about holding yourself accountable, about literally, instead of fearing things, go ahead and try it. And it sounds so cliche, but literally just give it a try. If you're saying that you want to write a book before this year is over, start working on it now. There's no reason to sit here and say, oh, well, maybe once I get this, maybe once I get that, oh, I would write a book, but I wasn't that good at English. If there's a will, there's a way. If you're saying you want to do something, get up and do it. We hold ourselves back so much by saying, I'm going to accomplish this once I save this up. I'm going to accomplish this once my kids are out of school, once I graduated from school. All those onces, you're acting like life is guaranteed for tomorrow. There is no guarantee that we're going to wake up tomorrow, that we're going to make it to the next hour. This is really one of those books that really helps me to be like, you know what? I feel even more empowered. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the train going by. This train goes by my house at least 5 times a day. Okay. I cannot wait until I move. But thank you, God, for having me in a house with it got a roof. It got a roof. So I'm not gonna complain. But the point is, oh, this book was so good. It really was so good. I read the other book by Curtis Jackson. Ooh, it was about a month or so ago. I have read a book by him, and I can honestly say, out of all his books I've read, none of his books miss. Like, all of his books are very on point, regardless of how you feel about 50 as a person. Excuse me. His books, like the one Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, I read that last month. It definitely gave me some insight on every situation, whether you're viewing it as good or bad. It is really to your advantage. If you're I always talk about being an author because I do read so many books because I am an author myself. If you go ahead and you get you a book and you put it out there and it's getting a bunch of 1 star, 2 star, 3 star reviews, Take that as feedback. Take that as ammunition. Go ahead and screenshot those 1-2 star reviews. Go ahead and repost it. Sit here and say, Karen, the superstar book reader, she hated my book, but maybe you'll like it. Maybe this, maybe that. Go ahead and take that critical feedback, that constructive criticism that sometimes we just lather in with nonsense. Go ahead and take it and use it as a reason to grow. I've started painting my own little press-on nails at this point. I probably will never get to the point where I'm actually selling my own press-ons because I'm not that nice. But I do have an aunt that I could hook y'all up with if y'all were ever interested in that. Because she does some bomb ass nails. Okay, my aunt Nessa don't play when it comes to nails. That I feel like the N for Nessa is like for nails because she be on point. But back to the book review. The point is, y'all need to download this book. Go ahead and buy it. Go ahead and get Libby. It might be on hold because this book is really good. So if your library has it in stock, you might want to go ahead and put it on hold now so that when whoever gets done reading the book, it can come to you next. I really enjoyed how he talked about how in these business meetings too, a lot of times, he might be perceived one way. So when he would walk in, if they were expecting him to be like ratchet or super hood, or we're not sure if we're ready to interact with him, his history is too violent, whatever, he would come in with a suit. He would come in and sit himself at certain spots at the table and sit there and observe, sit there and watch. There was also an instant too where his mixtape got leaked. He really devised a whole plan with his internal team on how are we going to use this to our advantage. When mixtapes were a big thing still, and people were selling CDs out of the trunk of a car, when he couldn't get signed to a record label, he literally was going in basically dropping off these stacks of CDs to the bootleggers that would be on the corner selling the CDs and stuff. Now, one of his homeboys didn't realize that was the case and that 50 was behind it. The homeboy pulls up on the bootlegger and stomps him out on the curb on some like, if I find you basically violating copyright on my man's stuff again, I'm gonna be back. And 50 had to tell him like, bro, you don't gotta do all that. And not only that, his book also talks about too, both of his books talk about how once you hit certain places, you gotta leave certain people behind. It is all great and stuff that y'all have known each other forever. The higher you go up in your personal journey, and I don't even like to sit here and use that whole concept of I'm above this person now, I'm above this, I'm above that. The farther you go in your walk with yourself and your walk with God and your walk with spirituality and your walk with personal development, you cannot keep holding hands with the people that you used to show up to work with late as hell all the time if you're trying to be to a place in your career where you're not only punctual, but you're there before the people that are supposed to be there are there. You get what I mean? Like, you can't hold hands with everything anymore. It just doesn't work that way. When you truly set your sights on a goal, and if you really do want to be blessed with whatever it is you're trying to work towards, you can't make excuses for yourself. You cannot be making excuses for the people around you. You can allow the people around you to make excuses for yourself when you're on your own nonsense. Do you need people that are like up your behind and hammering you on some like, oh my God, I thought that you were going to be working on your books today and tomorrow and tomorrow. I still need breaks. I still need off days. But have an accountability partner. Have people in your corner that hold you accountable when you're on some bullshit, okay? If you know that you're married and if you know that you need to be home by a certain hour, have friends that don't sit here and try and persuade you to stay out until midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and they know damn well you have a husband or a wife to get home to, okay? Just surround yourself with people that are a reflection of where you're trying to go. I don't know. That's just where I'm at with my life. And I love reading books like this. Like, I think what happened sometime in the last 2 years, 2023 was the hardest year of my life. But I also think I hit a point in late 2021, early 2022. I got sick of my own shit. I got tired of my own stuff. I got tired of doing the same stuff over and over and over again. I got tired of being the turn up queen. I got tired of all of my pictures being with me, like with a bottle of Hennessy or a bottle of tequila or a bottle of vodka, if not both bottles at the same time. I got tired of all my pictures of me being taken in the club. I got tired of the only like certificate or diploma I had was from high school. I just got so tired of my own shit. And when I truly got tired, I made a move and I made a change for myself. When I started deciding to do that, I had to get tired of the nonsense of the people around me too. The people that wanted me out with them every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because boy, we were turning up like that in 2018. I had to get around from those two because I knew they're not going to understand why I'm not trying to be outside with y'all. When I say that I'm in the house and I'm reading or I'm studying or I'm going to church or I'm going here or I'm going there, they're not going to understand. And that's not to say like, oh, now I'm better than them because I'm trying to do this and that. It's just I want to be around people who either understand or what's understood doesn't have to be explained. I don't want to have to explain why I'm on a journey for myself and why I'm going to have to be selfish with certain things that I'm doing for myself right now. I don't want to explain. I just don't want to have to. And it's not for you to explain what your desires are all the time. It's not for you to understand and make people understand and try to make people get it. If you have certain goals and if you have certain plans, God gave that to you for a reason. He didn't sit here and line all you and your homeboys up and whoever else that you kick it with. He didn't put them all in the same room when he gave you an idea for something. It wasn't like a loudspeaker event. It wasn't, broadcasted across Facebook and all of y'all were tagged in a post. When something's placed on you for you to accomplish it for you have to take it seriously. You really have to chase after it like your feet is on fire. Chase after your dreams, chase after your goals like tomorrow is not promised because it really is not promised. I would rather lay down every single night knowing that I gave today my all than to sit here and wonder what ifs. If I mess up, if I fuck up, it is what it is. At least I tried. At least I learned. I am the queen of starting over again. I will up and move across the country just to start all over again. I will quit a job just to start all over again. I'll get fired from a job and start a new one just to start all over again. I'll get divorced to start all over again. I'll get married again just to start all over again. I'll do it all over again, just all over. Because why not? Why not? Who's stopping me? Who's saying that I have to fall into this line of okay, once I start this, I have to stick to this for the rest of my life. That's not me. I'm the queen of starting all over again. Maybe I need to get a t-shirt. Would y'all rock a t-shirt if I got that made? Like the Start Over Again Queen or Mrs. Start Over Again. Yeah, that's what I'm married to. Mrs. Start Over Again. I think I like that. Y'all don't go stealing my shit. I'm gonna get it on a t-shirt. I'm gonna get it on a shirt and then I'm gonna go ahead and like be rocking that. So if y'all haven't already, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, follow button. I come with book reviews like this at least twice a week. I do drop books that are on my TBR list as well. I'm also even dropping books that are catching my attention. I'm dropping videos of a little bit of everything. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Fable, YouTube. I am on X probably will never see me for real. I'm on there, but I post like twice a year. X just isn't my thing. Twitter, y'all be thugging hard in them Twitter streets, and I'm just not for it. I think my favorite platform at this point is definitely TikTok because you can meet so many cool people on there. You meet a lot of people in the book community there that are super helpful too. Like I love YouTube as well. So I would say it's definitely TikTok, YouTube, then Facebook because I've networked with a lot of authors off of Facebook. I can't even imagine where I would be in my career with my place as a reader if it wasn't for Facebook. Instagram would come a little bit after that because for whatever reason, I don't really feel like I'm getting interaction or traction on TikTok. I need to reassess what it is that I'm doing so I could try to find a different pattern for TikTok or not TikTok, excuse me, Instagram because it's just not working. Twitter, I don't even have the time to figure that out personally right now. I just don't. Maybe sometime in the future I'll hire someone that can get that, taken care of for me, like a social media manager or something. Maybe, I don't know. But that's just where I'm at with it right now. My favorite X is still free on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep that free, but it's been going just because it is my way of saying thank you to everyone that has supported me. I really appreciate where I've gotten followers wise on YouTube. I didn't expect to get this much feedback and, success as fast as I have. Even as far as my favorite X has gone, I was not anticipating how many downloads I got out the gate, with that book. I haven't checked, I think, in at least a month or two on how many downloads that book has alone, but I know it's at almost 600 downloads. So I'm glad to see that my book is being read in, the US, in the UK. I've just seen it read in so many different places, and I'm just super appreciative. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next review. Bye.